Hey, what's up you guys? Gavin here. Today we have an especially awesome band, Nosebleed, and the album we're looking at is Something in My Head. It's an EP, and yeah. So the first thing we're talking about is my first impression. Now, my first impression technically is right now. I've heard them before, but this is like the official first impression. So yeah. Right off the bat, I can tell you I already like it. It's very punk, it's very short, it's very, like Cooks meets the Sex Pistols. Now, I'll talk more about band similarities later on in the video, but pretty much my first impression is clearly that I like them. And, they have a cool name, cool band name. Their songs are, Keep Walking, What You Gonna Do, and it's pretty cool. It's appealing. Alright guys, so the next thing we're talking about is the lyrics. Now, pretty much, the lyrics off of this album are pretty repetitive. They usually have one key phrase that they kind of repeat over and over. That's not too uncommon with punk music, and anthem songs and stuff. So yeah. Alright, so the next thing we're talking about is the band similarities. Now, they specifically said on their thing, it's copied as much as we could get away with. So, with that being said, there are a lot of bands that kind of come to mind when listening to Nosebleed, because they are pretty, they're pretty common. Their music isn't entirely unique per se. It feels like a collection of music, but not in the sense that their albums all over the place. More or less like when you're listening to them, you can't tell if they're a different band or not. They sound a lot like a band from Guitar Hero 2. I guess 70s punk music. It's pretty good. If you're familiar with the Black Flag, or who else is really in the punk scene? They're just really fun. They're a really fun punk band. A little bit of a Melvins influence. I can hear that. So yeah. Alright, so the next thing we're talking about is my favorite song off the album. So pretty much my favorite song off this album is Secret. I think it's such a fun song, and I don't know, it delves into being cynical and kind of devious for some reason. So I don't know, it appeals to me. So yeah. Alright, so the last thing I'm talking about is the singing and screaming styles. Now, they're kind of the singing is probably amongst shouting, really. And it's it's shouting and singing, shouting. It works. I'm trying to think the best way to describe it. It's kind of rough and not too phlegmy, but amongst the lines of phlegmy, rough vocals. They're pretty cool. It's not terrible. It's not agonizing or too loud or doesn't give me a headache. It's kind of fun. It makes you want to shout and scream with them. Alright guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any other suggestions for movies, music, games leave in the comment section. I'll be sure to check them out. And to rate this album, probably going to give it a 4, because I'm a huge advocate for punk music and anything that kind of feels underground or it's not, I guess, adulterated by like mainstream stuff. It's kind of weird because I do like mainstream stuff, but I sometimes don't like when punk music comes around to it. Well, sort of. I don't. My distinguish between pop punk and like what people think pop punk is kind of different. So, yeah. But yeah. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace.